Welcome back to Art with Ryan. As you can see, we are going to be looking at Neverland by Pablo Dona here at this gallery in Chelsea. Now, before we begin, don't forget to go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and also don't forget to go ahead and hit the notification bell so you can find out when we have more episodes coming. So this is one of the larger pieces in the show. This is the only kind of sculptural three-dimensional piece that's this big in the show. And it's supposed to be kind of this Noah's Ark type piece. For me, this is the biggest fail of this show. It seems really juvenile and two-dimensional, and like it's nothing. I don't know. It just seems I couldn't get what I wanted visually out of it. I felt all I could feel is like the boat looks like it's well made, but this whole thing seems like an afterthought. And out of all of the pieces, this is the only one I'm speaking negatively about, and I'm kind of glad that it's at the beginning because it's the only thing that I have to say is wah wah. But look in comparison to other pieces, it's really unimpressive. So now as we look to some of these other pieces, like this giant ball on the wall. Now, it's a very sophisticated shape, and I really applaud Pablo Dona for making this. So what these all are Japanese puzzle erasers. So if you've ever been to Japan or ever had friends bring you back puzzle erasers from Japan, these are very common Japanese type pencil box things. Things you would get anywhere, five and dime type places in Japan. And so Pablo Dona has made these beautiful, beautiful sculptures. Now, what I'm showing you is the sheer density of them. And the thing I like most about this, and as you look at these zoomed in things, is do you see how they're connected? And that's the thing that I'm looking for, is how is this constructed and how is this made? Not seeing it. Now this is clearly an inspiration by Tamura Murakami, kind of his traditional flower that he always does. And you can see the influence that Murakami has on Pablo Dona. So when we're looking at this piece here, you can see that the background is made up of all of the color. And the thing that I like that Pablo Dona does more than anything is that the background is a mixture of the erasers that are making the petal. So you see the pink monkey in the petal as well as in the background. You see the monkey as well as in the background. And you see the koala bear making up the yellow petal. Like, look at the little do you see the glue? Do you see glue? I don't see glue. And I really like the depth that he's gotten with these. And there's the little yellow hedgehog, little purple cow, yellow elephants, and blue monkeys. And I really like that he's using things on a repetition type basis. I really like the repetition of these. You don't have to like it. I like it. And I really think the craftsmanship's there. And I really like his use of kind of like that traditional Murakami flower and how he's doing it in his own way. But it's very referencing that, Murakami flower. And there it is with the boat. And you see why I say it's the least successful? Perfect. So right here is one of his more kind of like color blocked pieces that when you look at it, nothing's really mixed as much as they are kind of pieces that are mixed together. So like in the other pieces you'll see like everything was mixed together to get colors. Here he's purposely putting all of a particular shape together. So you get the dolphins that are all together, and you have the cows that are all together, and the blue cows, and you have the polar bears. Now the polar bears are probably my favorite pencil eraser. I actually have one of those. And then come down here, you see that there's two different blue hedgehogs. See? There they are. There's two different versions. And the thing is, he groups them together. Like he realizes that you're gonna recognize that they're two different, and he puts them away from each other. And I really like that. This is what they look like from the side. So this is the only one that I really enjoyed, that it has a plexi box around it so that it seems archival. Everything else, I don't know how you'd archive it and what is the archival process for erasers. So here's a photo. And then here we go back to, now this is a much smaller version of the ball previous. So here is a smaller version of the other ball. I like this a lot. Look at the sea turtle right there, swimming up. I feel like it's really focal for me right now. And then you get the whales. Look at the little red cows. They're cute, they are. Some of those things that the erasers are is like, it's so nice to see that they are so juvenile and so free and carefree. And I don't feel like he's trying to make them be something that they are not. These are very beautiful, very kind of like visually sumptuous because they're fun. They're already a fun image what he's working with, and then he takes it one step further by, you know, pushing it a little bit further. And I think that this is so fun. I feel like there's so many kind of like, this is the bottom side. I wanted to add that. Like the little penguins, look, the little unicorn right there. Now, I was treated quite rudely when I went to this gallery, so that's why I'm not saying the name of the gallery. I asked a question about something in this gallery, and the guy who was sitting behind the desk was very curt and very unpleasant to work with. And when I go to do these things at these galleries, I wear basketball shorts because it's hot right now in New York. And he just blew me off, and I did not appreciate that. But now let's go back to this piece here. And this is a sink piece, and it has all these little tableaus in it that I really like this piece. The only thing about this piece that I wish is that you could have done all of this in mini tableaus where the visual like aspect of it would be better for me. I feel like there's so much going on that it's hard for me to look at it and take it seriously. It looks so kind of busy. So now if we look at the pictures of these, like here's the ice skaters, here's a circus. Like I feel like these are more successful images. Like here are the skyscraper workers, the guy trimming the tree. Like I feel like these are much more successful images. Here's the whole overall thing. I don't know. If for me, like, there's just too much going on. I wish that he would have just self-edited. Like, this is fun. I like this. But I feel like for me, I want something as a collector. For me, I want something not so busy. Maybe like 1 or 2 storylines and not 40. I feel like there are other artists doing this that are doing the, you know, different characters, different things, doing different things. I really enjoy that. Now, this is probably the funnest. Remember how we talked about the polar bears earlier? Well, guess what? Here's a whole piece having to do with marshmallows and polar bears. Now, these marshmallows are not real marshmallows. They are acrylic. And then again, we are using Pablo Dona is using the, Pablo Dona is using the marshmallow. Now, this right here, that image right there, like any one of these, I would like to own just a singular one of these because the dialogue between the marshmallow and the dialogue of the polar bear is so interesting and visually captivating that I feel like it makes sense. Like the photo is almost the least successful part of this image, as much as you could buy the individual marshmallows sold separately. I would feel like that's a much more successful idea. Now again, this is just my opinion, but I really enjoy this marshmallow. I would like to purchase this if it was sold separately. Now, I'm not sure if, what am I trying to say here? I'm not really pleased with the way I was treated. So I went to this show 4 times because I was so enthralled by it. But in the end, I did not buy anything, and I went with a friend who I went with her ready to buy something. Actually, the small dome at the beginning, and I got sidetracked by a piece that they had in their office. So when you go in, you saw that window, and someone sits behind that window, and I asked a question, and the gentleman behind the desk was so impudent and curt about the way that I asked things. And I generally don't think of myself as a rude or kind of annoying person when it comes to talking to art people in the art industry. But he had such disdain for customers that when my friend came up to ask me who was ready to buy the small dome, I was like, no, we can go look for something somewhere else. Just because if we're going to spend, $5, $6, $10,000 on a piece of artwork, we want to be treated not like we're, they're doing us a favor by taking our money. So I do have to say, this is a gallery that I recommend to go and look at their artwork, but don't go by there because they don't seem like they want customers. Again, this is Art with Ryan. Here is the price sheet for the show. And again, thanks for joining me. Bye!